balance yako ilikuwa ngapi ndio tuone kwa mitambo?
Hapana, siwezi waambia ndio mniibie pesa.
Ilikuwa zaidi.
Ndio mniibie pesa. Ndio mniibie pesa.
Sikiliza madam.
Ke gani?
Hi, my name is Michael MUTHIGA, director at FATBOY Animations. I've been doing this for about 11 years now. And welcome to Meet the HR show.
Thank you for having us today.
You're welcome.
Many people know you as FATBOY. How did the name come to life?
Well, it was where I used to work before. It was kind of a nickname. Guys would call me. I wasn't fat, but it was just it was a funny name.
Yeah.
So I just went with it and registered FATBOY Animations as my company when I started.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did it, the journey, how was it, you falling into animation?
I was always interested in animations and learning how to, always wanted to know how these cartoons I'm watching on TV are made.
Yeah.
I was good in drawing. So I started picking up now books on how to learning animation. Started off with 2D animation, advanced to learning 3D animation, and then along the line I just kept learning, and sometimes I learn on the job, and that's been the journey till today.
When we hear about animation, we just think about Disney, we think about cartoons. Is that what animation is all about?
It's not just cartoons. Animation is a lot more. And not just Disney. I mean, there are animated movies that look, real. For example, like Spider-Man, the character is animated, but it's a live action film.
Yeah.
Animation is basically just giving the illusion of movement. So it can be a cartoon, it can be feature live action film, it could be text, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And is it something you studied for?
No, I did not study for animation. Yes. It's something that I started learning. I think I started learning the softwares when I was in Form 2, I think. So it's just been learning and learning, self-taught, online courses. I do take a lot of online courses though. Since technology keeps changing, so we still have to keep learning every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that you started in high school or?
In high school.
All right. Yeah. How?
So I was taking art class in high school. Obviously it wasn't in our curriculum, but then my art teacher introduced me to now animation, or using the computer now to just make motion or make my drawings move. And it was just basic, so it was just drawing on a piece of paper, drawing different frames, flipping them, and then that got me interested. Then I think I just started learning first the graphic design softwares, Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw, such. And as I continued, I kept learning more and more advanced softwares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in your career journey, I heard somewhere you studied engineering. Now the shift to animation.
I mean, it's the same. I've seen engineers using animation as well.
Yeah.
But I was more interested in really just making cartoons and making things move, making things that will make people laugh or excited or something.
Yeah.
When they watch it. So it's been my passion. So I decided to pursue that. Yeah.
And did you ever practice?
No.
At all?
No.
And what is the minimum requirement for one to become an animator?
Well, it's I'd say basic understanding of the principles of animation.
Okay.
There's a lot of different expertise that are needed in animation. So again, it depends on which field of the animation you want to get into.
All right.
At least, I mean, preferably a degree or a diploma, because that will get you started on the basics.
Okay.
And give you the discipline of working as a team as well. At least understanding of the softwares,
Yeah.
how to navigate, how to use them, and a good sense also of storytelling, yeah, and writing, creative writing.
All right.
Yeah.
And in terms of applications, if someone is a beginner, which applications should they start with as they grow with time?
I mean, there are very many applications out there.
Yeah.
But the principle is the same across
The board.
Yeah, so there are many like free trials, student versions. Blender, for example, is one that's free, but the principle just applies across all softwares.
All right.
So, but it's a good one to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get the cartoon there, what is the process behind it?
Well, we have to start first with the script,
Okay.
the storytelling. We need to come up with a story, a creative one, and from that script we can tell now, we have this character and this character. They should look like this or like that. We also have this kind of environment set up or background. So then we'll go into modeling the characters, modeling the sets and the backgrounds and everything. Then we'll now go into setting up a rig for the characters, texturing the characters, and then now setting up the scenes for animations, the layouts. Then we'll record the audio as well and add the audio to the scenes, and then the animators will create the motion now.
Okay.
Then the long process of rendering when it's done,
Yeah.
and then we have the final.
Daddy,
Yeah?
si uko na simu ya nguvu na shake uko na Facebook hapo. My friend, si unatumia pesa mob?
Do. Sio mob.
By the time you get to such a process, you have to work with different people.
Yes.
Should an animator work concurrently with a graphic designer?
It's good. Yes, they should work concurrently. But they're both doing different things in that process of the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the graphic design is probably working on the look and the feel of the animation. Probably working on the texturing and maybe the colors or something.
Yeah.
And the animator is creating the motion. On the characters and stuff.
And one can animate even if they don't know how to draw.
Yes, one can animate even if they don't know how to draw.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that it's good to work in a team, because the person who can draw will draw.
Okay.
And the person who is good at sculpting will take that drawing and sculpt a character or an object out of it.
Yeah.
And the person that's good at rigging will rig the character for animation. Then the animator will do the motion.
And can a graphic designer develop into becoming an animator?
If they put the effort and the work into it, because it's a lot of work, understanding just the lighting.
Yeah.
Because there's motion graphic design as well. That's basically a graphic designer creating the motion using graphics. Yeah.
You mentioned about principles. Could you tell us about the principles in animation?
So there's the principles of animation, basically, squash, stretch. There's timing. There's 12 of them. I can't get all of them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I know them when I'm working. I know
How you to go
to apply
around
them.
it.
So yeah.
Okay. And with time, things keep on changing. So do you go for certain trainings, or how does it go?
Softwares and the technology is always changing.
Yeah.
So if we upgrade to certain softwares or hardware, Sometimes we'll go for the training, or we'll just take the course online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in your career, we can see that there are some awards here on your table.
Yeah.
Do they have an impact in your career?
I mean, they do. I mean, it gives people, clients confidence in that, yeah, I mean, this guy has done a lot. So yeah, it gives, puts our brand and name out there. Yeah.
Can you remember your first project that you worked on?
Wow. That would be a series of animations for Orange, when Orange was still there.
Yeah.
So I think we did like 5 of them, and then 5 after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you term your career growth? How has it been for you?
I mean, we've been growing. There've been challenges, but I mean, it's getting better. I mean, schools have opened. I mean, the challenge was also getting people who know how to do animation, or people who studied animation.
Yeah.
There were no schools to train as well, but now that has changed. Access to equipment, I mean, and even software has become cheaper and more affordable. Before trying to buy even the software, I mean, you'd be coughing about what, like 3 million shillings, but now most softwares I'm seeing have changed to subscription based.
Okay.
So a lot of people can access them.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you create your models from scratch?
Yes, we create our models from scratch.
And do you copyright them?
Yes, we do.
Does it have an implication, or why would you decide to copyright them?
I mean, because anyone could, we could create a character, then create some amazing animations from them.
Yeah.
They could go up in value, you know. Then if we haven't copyrighted them, anyone else can pick it and use the same character to do their own stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have mentees that you're working with?
I am a mentor.
Yeah.
In business, yes. I do.
All right.
Yeah.
And what has been your takeaway points from your 11-year career journey?
I mean, it's been first making the right investments at the right time.
Yeah.
Managing resources as well. Getting investors. Yeah.
Okay. And for one to start, do they need such big machines, or start
no,
from anywhere?
I mean, they can start from anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I started from with none. Yeah, I mean, I was just drawing them on paper, and I had a very, very small machine. But then you go on from there, and then you can also just start also from working also for other people.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe like join like our team. They're starting from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, maybe years down the line they'll start their own. They'll have enough to saved up enough to get their own big machines. Yeah.
And now for freelancers, how do they go about it in terms of getting their clients?
Well, you just have to have good work out there.
Okay.
Yeah, the convincing work, and building confidence with clients as well.
Okay.
That's the best way to get them. I mean, if you show them, hey, look, this is what I can do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have a network of animators or creatives that you work with?
Yes. Yes. Sometimes we'll work with different other people.
Yeah.
Some people just have skills, amazing skills, and they know that, and they don't want to be hired. So we just have to work with them the way they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been a lovely discussion, and we are very grateful for the insights that you have given us, because most youth wanalia huku nje there is no job.
Yeah.
But ni kujituma, si ndio?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can always create opportunities. And now in this digital age, and the boom of technology, mobile phone, ease of transactions. I mean, you're seeing even comedians and making their own videos. It doesn't even have to be animation. So the opportunities can easily be created.
Yes.
It's just to step out there and not just expect that I mean, I want to be hired, I want to be hired.
Yeah.
If it's not there, create it. Yeah.
And for an animation, how long can it take you to prepare a character?
Or character, it can take us, it can be 2 days, can be a week. It depends on the complexity of the character.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, these characters we've done in a day as well. These characters that's taken us months, depending on how complex it is.
We've seen various adverts of like fiber. So for such an advert, how long can it take you to produce?
So it depends. Now, if we're starting from scratch completely,
Yeah.
that means we'll start from designing the character, come up with the script, build, model and rig the character, record the voice, and then animate, and then render, and then compose it. So if we're starting from scratch completely, that would take a month, at least a month. If we, for example, like fiber, like we've done so many characters and we already have them like in store, so we'll just pick them and write up a script, pick them and animate, record the voice, so maybe take like 2 weeks.
The platoon runs a marathon from point A to point B using fiber. Now, how long will it take her to reach point B?
Niko kwa jam na kuletea gari uone.
In terms of your pricing, how do you get to do that? Because someone can come with 200 and they're like, please design for me.
So depends on the amount of the workload.
Okay.
And also the number of animations we'll do. And also just how you negotiate with the client.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you charge per model, or is it just the whole thing?
So we'll charge, for example, per model.
Okay.
There's a cost for each model.
All right.
And then we'll charge for the animation and the rendering and the voiceover. Yeah. But then now, since, for example, now if you already have the models and you want to do another one, so again, we won't charge for the models, we'll charge for just the recording, the animation, and the rendering.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you outsource people who will do the rendering for you, or you'll do the rendering for yourself?
We used to outsource, but now we do the rendering ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has some benefits.
I mean, now we don't have to spend money paying, you know,
On the other end.
yeah, outsourcing the rendering. We can do it in-house.
Yeah.
When it's a lot of work, then we'll outsource some of it.
All right.
Yeah, but it's just cloud servers, so we just online we pay and render. Yeah.
And we have now diplomas and degrees in animations, or is it just certifications?
No, there's degrees. There's degrees as well.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This has been Meet the HR Show with Laura Nell. Till next time, bye-bye.